Yep. It'd be good. Hey, Jason, you could have karaoke night over there at your bar, or you want to sell it. That's right.
I've got something every night of the week here that we do, and that was going to be kind of getting into a bunch of questions that I have. As far as a ticket platform, I sell hundreds and hundreds of tickets a week to events that I do here, and I use a local site here in Direct. And, they're charging a ton of fees. They're charging this and that. Is this site going to be fully capable to host or to literally, let me think about how I want to word that. But so if I have a main platform to do ticket sales, is this going to be able to interact with that company and direct it to the proper location to purchase tickets?
Yes.
On the back side of it.
Yes. Basically, as a business, you'd be coming in under a sponsorship package, but we wouldn't be taking a transaction fee. What we'd actually be encouraging people to do, let's say you have an event that 1,000 people are going to, what we really want is that host who says, I want to take 12 people to one of these things that Jason's doing, company's doing, and I'm going to, it's our $30 a piece, let's say, right? Mm-hmm. So they say, I want to get a dozen people. I'm going to get them the ticket. We're also going to have dinner. We're going to have some drinks. I'm going to get a shuttle bus, and we're going to have a big party. I'm going to charge them $100. So you sold your dozen tickets for $30. You got 12 people who didn't know about it before, and Plago makes a transaction fee off that $100.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Sure.
Okay. We can always, it's just in lieu of everyone's time, we can always continue these discussions afterwards too. But you got that question answered. So did you have another question too, Jason?
I did. I mean, as far as, talking about territories and stuff like that, have you guys, sat down and thought about how, how big of territories you're going to be allowing, yes. As a host, not a host, but a, regional director?
Director, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, we have. Go ahead, Daniel. I mean, these are all.
I'm sharing the screen here. The research we've done, Jason, is, and this is fairly extensive. What we did is we used five criteria. We kind of did regression analysis, if you're familiar at all, and said you assign values. Size, the market magnetism. In other words, obviously, a place like Minneapolis, where I'm from, they have sports teams. They have a very solid sense of themselves. They're a major market area. Have between 400 and 1,000 and 1 million people. There even may be components to it that are like in New York City that are sort of ethnically based almost, or historically they're known, as the Upper West Side or the Upper East Side, that sort of thing. And what we've done is we've taken all of those things together, basically broken the country into 250 major regions. Okay, these are what we are, quote unquote, selling, bringing people in, or whatever. And then we also have 50 gap markets. A good example of that would be a place that's under 400,000 people. It's a smaller market area, but it may have some attractiveness for other reasons. The perfect example is there's not 400,000 people in the Keys. It's a very attractive area, right? Another example might be the Northern Rockies, or obviously we're adding Canada next. There's about 100 plus or minus in Canada that meet the same criteria. And then, frankly, out of the gate, and I know this is probably way too in depth, but out of the gate, we've also identified some orphan markets. In other words, there's places in the country right now don't really belong even to a smaller market. A good example of that might be, why would someone want to buy, Wyoming doesn't even have 400,000 people. What, are you going to do the whole state? Well, there's part of Jackson Hole be an orphan, we sort of set aside and say, at some point, that will be special case because it's so tourist oriented. And frankly, we're sort of throwing down the stones where we're walking right now, Jason. You know, we don't really know. We're going to dive into it. What we've really decided is that we know at least that there are these 250 major regional markets, and we can get Plago active in these. You know, sort of like Uber. There's places, you know, I don't think I can even get an Uber where I live. You know, that kind of thing.
You keep breaking up. Okay, so who else had a question?
Hey, Jim, I had a quick question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
If you start out as a regional director and you decide you'd like to be a financial partner, can you move into that role, or do you need to kind of start there? And
No, you can do both. You could do both or either. Okay. So the thing is, you know, right now it's you know, what do we need? Well, we need everything. You know, that type of thing. But we put a hell of a lot of work into this, and you know, a lot of thought. Do we have every answer you could ever? No. We're going to run into things that we don't know. We don't know yet, but we'll just kind of. That's the advantage of getting in early. You're going to have a bigger say in the matter. You know, everything. You know, is for, you know, whether you're a director, you're going to have a bigger say, or, you know, even on the money side. I mean, you're getting in cheaper than the next round because we will get venture capital on this. That's, you know, that'll happen.
And I just wanted to mention also that John Rose has joined. He had a conflict on another conference call, but he's actually on here now.
Hey,
Yeah,
John.
sorry about that. How y'all doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm looking forward to hearing everything.
Yeah, so we'll get John on another session, Jim.
Yeah.
But he's located in Charlotte.
Okay, good. That'd be a great market too.
Yes, sir. A lot happening over here right now.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, all you guys are in good positions. I mean, whether you're in DC, God, we live.
While I'm thinking about it, I wanted to ask one more thing. Jason had asked if the platform would allow for people that want to purchase tickets for events at his place, if that could go through, I guess, your ticket agent. But couldn't he just sell the positions the spots within his club himself? And then as the person buys it through the app, he's getting the money. And then it has they get their receipt on their phone. So when they walk in the door, it's the same thing as a ticket.
That's correct. And if he would become his own host,
Right.
Wouldn't be
Right.
a director relationship. He might be hosting 500 people at a concert. We would just have a transaction relationship at that point.
Right. So why have a third party if he could do it himself, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly. Good point. Good point. Who else has a question?